Hi guys, welcome to the channel, welcome back to the channel. So as my regulars will know, I've been away from Spain for almost 6 weeks I think now, and I'm in Northern Ireland, all to do with my dad that I've had to stay. But I'll explain a wee bit more about that at the end of the video so everybody doesn't have to watch it if they're not interested. Right, so today, well, in Northern Ireland I'm thinking to myself, what can I do video wise? Since I've been home, I've keep putting off making videos. I keep thinking to myself, well, who's going to be interested in just me in Northern Ireland? So I kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, and I'm really missing it now. I miss the edit and I miss everything that goes along with it. So I've decided to do a wee series of videos in Ireland, not just Northern Ireland, and I'm going to go to places that may not be familiar to everyone, but will really surprise you. There's so many things, even in Northern Ireland, to do that I wasn't that aware of before. And today we're going to Island Magee. Island Magee is a peninsula, County Antrim, up the coast, on the Antrim coast. And we're going to do a walk, and we're going to go to a place in Island Magee that I didn't even know about a couple of years ago. Didn't know it existed. And I'll wait till we're there to let you see what it is. So this is going to be a long day for me. I'll keep the video hopefully reasonably short. I'm heading now into Belfast. Now before I go where we're going, I have to go somewhere else to buy something, to invest in something that I'll need, and I've been planning on doing for a while, which is a pair of hiking boots. You're going to be the Rambling Irishman. You have to start doing it right. So I'm going to buy myself a set of pair of boots. In fact, I've already bought them online and I'm just going to pick them up. Also, I got a flat tyre yesterday, so I'm going to get my tyre fixed. And don't worry, I'm not going to bring you to get my tyre fixed or anything. So I'm heading down the M1 towards Belfast, but for now, onward and upward.
1 minute 37 seconds later.
This is us coming into Belfast now, and what a lot of people don't realise about Belfast, it's very small. You'll drive right through. I can drive from here out the other side in less than 10 minutes, providing we get caught in traffic or caught in traffic jams or anything like that. Very small city, and I've been very lucky today. I had to book what I'm going to do today, and the weather since I come home has been dreadful. It's been raining. I don't think there's been a sunny day from about a week after I got home. It's rained every day, and I had this pre-booked, and I said I was a bit lucky, and touch wood, very sunny today. Right, I'm going to stop talking. Talk to you soon. That is the brand new University of Ulster, built in the city, which was a massive undertaking. They've been talking about it for years, but now they're starting to use it, and it's a massive area, several very big buildings, a monstrous underground car park. So that's us right through Belfast. I timed it there, 8 minutes. So as long as you get a good run, even with that bit of traffic we had there, you can get through very fast. Although you don't want to be going down there at 8:30 in the morning. Right, shut up again. Right, so I'm going to go. For any of you who remember, my camera in the car, I used to have a big massive blob of blue tack, which in Spain gradually melted down over everything, and I always wondered how I would get it off if I ever needed to get it off. But I bought this new setup, this clamp and stuff, and spent about 2 hours. Anyone ever needs to get blue tack off plastic or off whatever, White Spirit, fantastic. See you in a minute. Going to get my shoes.
Much later.
New walking boots. Now, I was in there a lot longer than I thought, so I'm not going to risk getting the tyre because it'd be a wee bit tight for time. So we're now going Island Magee. And that, Belfast Lock, and we're now heading north up the coast. This is the longest coastal road in the world, believe it or not, in a small country like Ireland, and You can drive around the coast, around the whole edge of Ireland, non-stop. Can't remember how long it is, but it's thousands of miles, yet Ireland's only 300 or 400 miles from top to bottom. Isn't that amazing? Right, so here we are, all ready. I'm a wee bit nervous. I wasn't expecting so many people to be here. This car park is absolutely jam-packed. Now, only potential problem I can think of, by the way, I got the last parking spot. The only potential problem I can think of, the new boots feel very comfortable, but you know what new shoes can be like sometimes. And it's a 3-mile walk where you don't want to be getting sore, or where you don't want to be getting blisters to your feet. Right, where do I go? Toilet first, get it out of the way.
A few minutes later.
Over the cliffs, and then we turn around and we go back the same way, along the bottom of the cliffs, through Wise's Eye, along the beach.
More moments later.
As usual, the toughest thing is, I'm talking into the camera and everyone will think I'm mad, but I was introduced to everybody. Now, when I got here, went into the reception area, fantastic centre, very busy. But as soon as I went in, I was recognised. It's happened so many times now, and there were actually 2 girls, but one of them is the girl behind the reception, Emma.
Flashback.
He's the wrong one, Irishman.
Nice to meet you.
Need to be party last night.
Do you know me?
Welcome along. Welcome along.
Getting famous.
Oh my goodness. Sorry. There we go.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too.
End of flashback.
But it's lovely to be recognised. It's lovely to see that you put a smile on some people's faces. So this is the Gobbins. Amazingly, not far from Belfast. But it's quite a steep walk to get down. And it's a path. I'll tell you a bit more about the path and why it was built and how long it's been built. But it goes right along the edges of the cliffs here. I'm really looking forward to seeing this. Now, couldn't take all my equipment. Forgot to take extra batteries, so I'll have to be sparing with the battery that I have. I wouldn't really keep the camera in the guide for too long when he's telling stories, but he's all the way along. He stops every once in a while, and some lovely, very interesting stories. I'm telling you, it's August, and it's a lovely day, nicest day we've had in weeks. But I'm glad I'm not in my t-shirt. It's still pretty cool. Crazy. So obviously the Gobbins, it's a cliff path, but at the base of the cliffs. I don't actually know if there's a walk along the top. I'm sure there is. The path's approximately 2 miles long, runs along the edge of the basalt cliffs, and then this is the Irish Sea. And going to be bridges, tunnels. It's a bit calm today. I would expect this maybe be a bit more exciting if the weather wasn't so good, oddly enough. You know, this was built in the 1900s by a railway company. Can you imagine that? Hammers and chisels. I suppose dynamite, maybe, yeah. You may or may not have noticed, hopefully have not noticed, but some of the filming is a little bit shaky, and the reason is because of my 3 batteries, spare batteries in the locker up above. 10% left in that because I used it the whole way here in the car. So I'm going to use the camera a lot on the phone, and I haven't used it much. The last time I used it, it didn't come out very well, but I think I have it set better. So be patient if it's a wee bit shaky. Learned something already. So it's been all downhill. Now you all know that I'm frightened of cliff edges. I keep finding myself in cliff edges, and I found myself in a cliff edge today, but I've realised I'm not frightened about being at the bottom of the cliff edge. No doubt at some point we'll be going up, but when you're down near the water, no problem. I'm not even worried about rocks falling on my head. Right, onward and upward. And it was built for tourists. You find whenever places like this tend to be built to let fishermen down and all that sort of stuff, but this was built specifically so people can safely come down to look at the scenery. And it was closed from the 1950s because of its poor condition and didn't reopen again to 2015. So all the original bridges and that sort of stuff, they're all gone, and all of these bridges are all put in basically, I suppose, 2014, 2015. And the path, we can't get right to the very end of it yet. I'm not sure of the reason of that. Seagulls are leaving me alone today. Not like the Bark Island. In saying that, seagulls, they're wee babies compared to, they're a different type of seagull, but they're so small compared to the ones in Spain. I read that it was a challenging hike, but I haven't found it to be that challenging. Going back up the hill, I suppose it'll be a bit tough, but you're downhill most of the way, and then you're just walking along these lovely wee paths, up flights of stairs and through tunnels, but they're not very big. What a unique way to spend an afternoon. Got here before all of them. Right, so I'm only back into the car. Number one, the boots, no sore feet. Boots are fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed that. It's a course steep walking the way back up, but nothing like the climbs I've done before. But when I get back, all the people in here are lovely, you know, they're really nice people. It's a big centre, lovely cafe, you get a cup of coffee and scones and all that sort of stuff, but really nice people. And as you go down, you pass other groups, and all the guides were all fantastic. But when I get back up, the young girl who recognised me at the counter, the manager came out and says, "This girl wants a photograph taken." And I went around and got my photograph taken. He was behind the I don't know what's up with this camera. It was working again for the last 10 minutes, and then it went blue. So I don't know if I got the filming in there. We will in a minute. But brought me behind the counter and was showing me video of being here on a really windy day, which I would love to do. And then they said we put together a wee present for you and welcome anytime. So if this camera work hasn't worked out too well, whenever I get a really windy day, a really wintry day, maybe coming 2 or 3 months, I'll maybe think of coming back down again. In fact, if this film didn't work, I'll probably be down here next week and you won't see this bit. Alright, so there you go. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, I'm going to start heading back home, and on the way home I'm going to give you an update on my current situation with regards to where I'm going to live and what's going to happen next, and my father.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Thoroughly enjoyed that. That was a lovely way to spend an afternoon. Took about, I suppose, about an hour and a half to get to the end, and the same back, or maybe an hour on the way back. And as I say, lovely people, lovely friendly people, definitely worth a visit. I can't believe that up to a couple of years ago I never knew the Gobbins existed. Right, so just a wee update on where I stand at the minute. So my dad had went into hospital and he hadn't been well just as I was coming home. And if you remember, anyone who watches the channel, my contract had ended, and I decided to let the contract run out and then come home for a few weeks and then head back to a different location. Well, it's funny how things work out, because when I got back, my dad got out of hospital 2 days later. He has a thing called delirium, which is, they say you recover from it. We're not seeing any sign of recovering, but it's like quick onset dementia, but you get better most of the time. But he's very, very confused about everything, difficulty understanding, knows the situation, you know, he knows the situation he's in. Every once in a while he's saying to me, it's very sad, you know, I don't want to be like this. Like 1 minute I can understand what's going on and the next minute I can't, so it's just an awful thing. And my niece Emma and very close cousin Mags and my sister were doing a lot of running around for my daddy, trying to do everything. But he got out of hospital the day after I got home, and he's at a stage now where he can't live on his own. He just couldn't live on his own at all. This is the longest I've left him today, and there's carers coming in while I'm away to make sure he's okay. So the truth is, I don't really know what's going to happen next. I kept talking myself out of making videos. Almost people that watch me in Spain aren't going to be interested and all that stuff, but I have decided to go ahead, as I mentioned at the very start of the video, and I'm going to do a sort of wee series in Ireland, and that was the first of them. But it was a bit strange today because I haven't filmed in 6 or 8 weeks and felt a bit like a duck out of water, so I hope it went down okay. The problem with the camera, I don't know how much of this camera worked, and I don't know how good the quality is going to be in the parts that I've done on my phone, but we'll see. Also, I've decided that if I'm here for another few months, my dad has always said he didn't want to go into a home. So I've agreed with everyone I'm going to stay for a while. I'm going to have a holiday, hopefully at Christmas. I'm going to go to Thailand, so I'll do a lot of filming there and just have to take it as it comes. But I have said to everyone, I can't spend the next few years living with my dad, looking after my dad, so we'll just, for now, that's the way things are for the next few months. So I'm not going to be back in Spain for a wee while. Just the way it is, nothing we can do about it, and father comes first. But the videos are going to keep coming. I hope people keep watching them. We'll see. Now, so I'm looking for things to do. First of all, in Northern Ireland, I'm going to do a few in Northern Ireland, and then if it's going okay, I'll do a few further afield. So if anyone knows any hidden gems anywhere around Northern Ireland at all, just let me know, right in the comments. And just before I go, that trip, the Gobbins, you have to book it. It costs £20, which is very reasonable because you have a guide. There's not that many people. I didn't actually count how many there were. I think there were like 16, and each group has a guide. So very, very good price. But one of my subscribers, Nolene, bought me 5 cups of coffee, and that covered the fee in there today. So this one was for you, Nolene. All right. So I'm going to leave it off there. Love to hear your comments, and I really do now. It's been so long, and please give the video a thumbs up. But until next time, bye for now. I don't even know if this is working. I could have been talking to myself the whole way down this road.